friends, it's Amy. Welcome to Doki Doki Forest. I'm so glad you are here. Now today I'm going to be working in my Halloween journal, which flips back and forth, and this is the journal I created for hashtag Halloween Journal Challenge. And this is a hashtag created by Kia over at Kia Creates. I'll have the information down below. One of the things I love about this challenge is that there is a light and dark prompt for each day. You don't have to do all of them. You can pick and choose which ones you like, but I'm doing light and dark. So my light side prompts go in this way, and then my dark side prompts are flipped and go in this way. So today, oh, and if you missed how I made this journal, I will link that down below, or you can check out the playlist. I'm creating a playlist for this whole challenge, so that way you can easily see everything in one place. So the prompts are in the front here. Today we're going to be doing spooky playlist. I am very excited to make that. I'm going to flip this over. And here is how our page is going to begin. It just looks like this. This is just a magazine. So we're going to cover all of this up. I'm not going to put any paint or anything like that down. I'm not going to put any gesso or acrylic paint or anything, because first of all, I want to glue in my images. And then if I have space, I can come in and just glue around that. But not glue, paint. Getting ahead of myself, because I'm thinking that I'm going to be gluing things in here. So I don't want to paint and then just cover it up. So I'm going to paint around. We'll see how that goes. So for spooky playlist, I really wanted to have someone listening to headphones and probably have like the character here and set up the spooky playlist over here. And the character that I've decided to include over here is going to be a sketch or an illustration of Vampira. Now, this was a character who had her own show back in the 50s. Now, recently I was watching a movie called Plan 9 from Outer Space. I do not recommend watching this movie, by the way, but I'm trying to watch black and white movies that I've either never seen, like classic sort of horror movies from like the 50s, maybe the 40s, kind of in that general timeline. And Plan 9 from Outer Space is from 1957, and Vampira makes an appearance. She doesn't say anything. She's kind of just wandering around with her nails out and her face, looking very imposing. And yeah, so I was just really struck by her, and I want to include her over here with some headphones on. She's going to be listening to her spooky playlist, which is, it's actually my spooky playlist. And then I'm going to do the songs, as I said, on this side. So let's get out my watercolor paper and a pencil and a pen and some watercolors, and we'll create our character. Okay, so here is Vampira, all colored and cut out. She is pretty large size, so I think I went a little bit larger than the journal. Let's see how she looks in here. So my idea was to have her on this page and then to have the songs over here. The only thing is, I don't mind things poking out all here. I would have to trim right there though. So let's see, I'd have to trim right there for sure. And then I'd have to trim right here. I kind of like this hair here though. Or I could put her on this side. She seems to fit a little bit better on this side actually. I'd still have to trim, but just a little bit right there and a little bit right there. So I think I'm actually going to put her on this side. And then on this side, I had this image that I thought looked pretty cool because I thought it looked, you know, like sound waves were coming out. And the other thing is I'm trying to keep to a black and white only 2-page layout here. So that way it goes with Vampira and, you know, her black and white movies and show back in the day. I have this record. This is The Sounds of Earth, but I'm going to have it say Halloween, The Sounds of Halloween. And then for behind her, there's actually not much space. I had picked out some black and white images that I thought might look nice behind her, but you won't even see them. And then I have this pack of paper, but again, let's see, what do I have for black and white? That, not so much. That's silver and black. Yeah, that doesn't really go. The other one I was actually thinking of is from this pack here. Not the ghosts, but the bats I thought would look cool behind her. But, you know, nah, I'm not going to put them there. So what I'm going to do instead is just paint this black behind her. And I'm going to glue these things down here. So I'll do that, paint this black, and then I can glue her on top, and then I'll be back for the next step. Okay, so I've just glued this down and trimmed it. I'm realizing that because I trimmed this off, I have some pieces like this. And I'm thinking instead of painting behind Vampira, we could just add some more of those sound waves. So let's do that. Let's add these pieces around and then we'll glue her down like that, I think. I like her right there. Okay, so we have Vampira on here and I've given her these bat headphones to wear. I have no clue how they work, but they're there and I thought they went with the whole vampire theme. So don't think about how do these headphones actually function too much. Maybe it's something to do with echolocation. I don't know. Okay, we have a record here. And like I said, it says The Sounds of the Earth. I'm going to just use a little bit of paint and get rid of that because I think I would like to put my spooky playlist title right there. So we'll just kind of get rid of that a little bit. There we go. Now this is not black or white, so it kind of goes against what my idea was for the page. I'm trying to think about that. I'm trying to think if I should add, I could add some white lines to it maybe to try to bring it more black and white. I really wanted to use this record image. I could have drawn one, but I really wanted to go with this picture just because, you know, I wanted to have different things like some magazine images and some of my own art, but I didn't want it to be 100% my own art. I'd like to try to blend it with some other things. So maybe I can just kind of get rid of some of this background color with a little bit of white here. All right. Okay, and then I just added a little bit of outline here, and I actually colored that center in black. Now I think I'm going to add in a few little images I have, because this is a page about music, and I do have a couple little black and white images I thought would look just right on this kind of page, you know? I just go with it. We've got a nice little cricket over here. Let me put that one up there. And our frog band. Put that one down there. And I have these bats too, so I'm debating whether or not to put them on. I'm going to wait to put these guys down anywhere because I have to leave space to write my song list, and I'm definitely running out of room. So I'm going to write spooky playlist on the record here. So now the last thing, I think, I mean, you never know, there could be more steps. The last thing is to write the actual spooky playlist. I am going to use a white gel pen to write that. I wonder if I'll be able to see that though with this kind of background. Let me practice on here real quick. Let's see. See, it is going to be tricky to see that, I think. See the white on all those lines. I could have written it in here if I didn't make all those squiggles. Or I could do it in black. I could still put them on here. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go around. I can put dots in between each song, and I'll write them going around the list. Write a list going around the record. Then down here, I could always add some bats or some other little details or something like that. I could add some music notes or something like that. All right, I'm going to try to write down here. We're going to see how this goes because I really want to write here, and I feel like if I go around the record, that just might be so hard to read. So I'm going to just try to write around here, and if I have to, I'll write on the record after, but we'll see how this goes. A lot of my music will be like instrumental. A lot of it's video game music. I really love putting on instrumental music while I am drawing or doing my glue book or anything. Okay, I think this page is done. I got the bats on there and all of the songs that I wanted to include. These songs are really amazing. If you haven't heard some of these, I highly suggest them. I'm going to link this one, Octopath Traveler 2, Temenos the Cleric. It's like this kind of mysterious tune, and some of these are like spooky tunes. Some of them are more like mysterious. Some of them are a little more haunted sounding. But this one I'm going to link below. I am like obsessed with it this year. I just love it. It's so cool. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me while I created this page. Let me know if you have any video game music you would add to this list, or soundtracks from like movies. Of course, there's like Ghostbusters and The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I would definitely add those to the list. I was thinking Stranger Things soundtrack, like the original score. That would be amazing. But yeah, let me know if you have anything you would add. I hope you have an awesome day, and I will see you again soon.